Hi there. My name is Libby Leinenkugel, and with me today is Joni Gillis and Mary Rose Willie. And we are from the Grants Committee with the Give Chippewa County Giving Circle. And today we are talking with Ms. Jan Speckman with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And Jan, before we get started and the questions, we'd like to ask your permission to record this video and then post it to the Give Chippewa County Giving Circle YouTube site so that the membership of Give Chippewa County can cast their votes. Do you give permission?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. All right, and now Joni, I will turn it over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time today, Jan. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this Zoom platform is a little wonky, so we'll just kind of futz through it. So you received the 3 questions that we're going to ask, and I'm just going to read them right verbatim, so you know exactly what, nothing to catch you off guard. When I get done with that first question, we'll start our 5 minutes,
okay.
And then I'll do my best to kind of guide you through to make sure we keep on track. And then what we'll do at the end is I'll just give you 30 seconds to make sure you covered everything that you wanted to. So, all good. All right, here we go. Fast and furious, right?
Yep, right.
Awesome. So our first question for you, Jan, and for your group, can you please briefly describe your organization and how you will work to improve the lives of the people in Chippewa County?
Sleep in Heavenly Peace was established or founded in 2012 in little small town southern Idaho. Our founder had learned of a family in his congregation that didn't have beds for their children and thought, got to do something about it. Fast forward to February 2018, Mike Rowe, who hosted the Facebook show Returning the Favor, got wind of SHP, and they came out and taped an episode with us, which launched in February 2018. So from that, at that time, we had 9 chapters. And from that, we have morphed into 300 chapters nationwide. Chapter presidents come to us and say, hey, we want to do this. We really don't recruit for it. It's just from the goodness of everyone's heart that they see, we're bringing awareness to childhood bedlessness. And it's a growing silent epidemic. And there's so many children that don't have a bed of their own. And for me personally, it was the fact that I had always taken for granted that children had a bed to sleep in at night. And the hard and stark reality of it is that not everyone does. And so we are bringing this matter to the forefront of the public, and we have created a simple and effective solution to address this need that nearly no one else does. There's a few smaller groups out and about, but we are the largest ones that are addressing this need. So we have community build days where the community comes in and we have a build train set up is how we refer to it, where we build the components for the bed frame. And then after those build days are done, volunteers in the local communities help us deliver those beds. And what that entails is we provide children aged 3 to 17 whose family or someone on behalf of the family has applied for them for this. So we will deliver these beds. It entails the frame, a brand new twin size mattress, new sheets, new pillow, new blanket. So we assemble and make the beds in the home. We currently are serving 6 zip codes in the local Chippewa area. And Derek Laufenberg is the chapter president in your town, and he is leading up that effort. And so far they have built a little over 200 beds, and they're nearing about 250. I believe they've delivered over 200 of those beds since Derek established the chapter in November 2020.
Okay.
So we are helping, your local children in that area.
Great.
Specifically. Yes.
Oh, awesome. So that leads us really nicely into the next question. Can you tell me about the individual project and who will directly benefit from it?
Bet. That's the nice thing about Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We do one thing: we build and provide beds. We don't allow mission creep to come in. We don't do pajamas. We don't do books. We just do beds. And that's our primary focus. And we do it rather well nationwide. We've provided over 100,000 beds in our short 10-year time. But the majority of that has come since 2018. So we're moving right along. But again, any child age 3 to 17 who does not have a bed of their own to sleep in. A lot of these children co-sleep with, 3 other siblings in a bed, or co-sleep with parents. And yes, that's a bed, but it's not a proper bed for themselves.
And we have
And
1 minute.
okay, there you go. So all those kiddos, age 3 to 17.
Yeah. Can I ask one clarifying question? Because you are nationwide, I'm assuming, right? Nationwide, how will we be assured that our funds, the funds being donated, will be kept in Chippewa?
Absolutely.
Is that an assurance?
That is, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. We strive to keep all of those funds directly in each community that each chapter has raised, and to directly go to program expenses and benefits, or the benefits of building the beds, for that local community. Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. I'm sorry. That was just something I wanted to ask.
It's a common question, and we pride ourselves on that as well, because a lot of organizations don't operate as leanly as we do and can, and therefore we are able to keep those funds in that local community.
Perfect. And then our last question, Jan, is how did you personally become involved in your organization, and what drew you to that organization?
Mine was our founder. It was a friend of his, so a friend of Luke's. Anyway, we worked together, and it was a Monday morning water cooler conversation. And Jordan Allen, who is now our chairman of the board, he just started talking to me about this and said, "Hey, we built some beds this weekend." And I said, "Wait, stop." And that's when there's kids that don't have beds. Again, my naivety, or I took it for granted. Everybody has a bed. Well, they don't. So we just got to talking a little bit more, and it struck me. And I had moved from Boise to Spokane, Washington, and it struck me, if there was a need in small town Idaho, there was a need in Spokane, Washington. So I reached back out to Jordan, and we chatted, and I started the 7th chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace in Spokane, Washington. I have since moved back to Southern Idaho, back home. And during the time that I was working with the chapter, I took an interest in grants. And that's where I guess this grants niche of mine has morphed, or exploded, I guess. And so now I help with the original home-based chapter, Twin Falls, on their core team with building and delivering beds. But also I do grants for all of our chapters across the nation, and help facilitate that process for them, so that they can, grants can be a little wonky and hairy sometimes, and we want to take that maybe off of our chapter president's plate, and let them get down to building those beds, and making those local connections as well. But we're a team. The chapter presidents and I are a team. So
perfect. Thank you.
Every opportunity we work together on.
Awesome. That's what you guys do. You do very good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we'll give you 20 seconds. Anything, it's your elevator speech. We're in an elevator. You got 20 seconds. Do you have anything to add, or?
Well, we all know that, how important sleep is. I mean, to even us as adults. And so imagine these children and these adolescents, sleeping. Our mission statement is no kid sleeps on the floor in our town. And, we want to make our town everyone's town, and, address this rising issue, because, a child cannot get the adequate and proper sleep that they need sleeping in a pile of clothes on the floor. And that's not an exaggeration. We've seen those situations, or in the recliner, or, on the couch. And so These beds create a sense of safety, a sense of ownership, for these children, that this can be their own personal space. And, for some of these children, when we deliver these beds, that day rivals Christmas.
Great.
Some of them have never had a bed of their own in their life, let alone a brand new with all of that. So, it's
Awesome.
a labor of love, and we work from our hearts.
That's awesome. And just a quick personal, when I read your application in the first place,
Mhm.
it took me back to the movie Blindside.
Yes.
You've seen it, and
Yes.
when Leanne gives him the bed, and she's
Yes.
like, "Well, I've
one.
never had a bed before," so that
Right.
resonated in my when you
Mhm.
said that too.
It is. It's huge. And we're really starting to put a hard pencil to it to really discover what, we estimate about 3% of the population are bedless children aged 3 to 17. But we're starting to, now that we've got, some more data building up with, having more chapters in that, we're really starting to put a harder pencil to it. And I'm really anxious for those results to come out to kind of see where
Awesome.
we're at. But it's
Great.
a huge need. And
Well, thank
a
you so
lot
much for your time.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you,
Could be
Jan. We
Mary Rose,
appreciate your
anything?
time.
Yeah.
Okay. I could go on and on. So
We can hear your passion. It's beautiful.